What's up, everyone? It's Q from Retro Q Gaming, and I've bad news. Very, very bad news. Persona 5, an amazing looking game in an absolutely amazing series that was due out on Valentine's Day of 2017, has officially been delayed. Now, on the plus side, it has only been delayed by less than 2 months, so it is coming out on April 4th, 2017 on PS3 for those like 5 people who still have a PS3 and not a PS4, as well as PS4. So that's promising. That's a good sign. It's small, relatively small delay for a game that has been delayed several times already, and is currently like over a year past its original, what would have been its original release date. Having not suffered 1.5 billion delays, but as a consolation prize, Atlas have, well, we can call it a consolation prize, but Atlas have said that they're going to include dual audio, whatever you want to call it, dual. It would have been, yeah, it'd be dual because dual is rather, two guys fighting, but yeah, dual audio. So it is going to have, you have the choice of Japanese voiceover track or the English voiceover track. Now, personally, I know a lot of people out there, you can call them purists or whatever you want to call them. A lot of people will swear on the original Japanese voice acting. Persona games are all about character. Okay? Persona games, the characters in them, it's like Overwatch. They're all about character. So, something that is key, in my opinion, in Persona games, is that you need the characters to be fun, vibrant, full of life, relatable, understandable. You have to be able to sympathize or empathize or relate to them. So I'm definitely going to be playing this in English. Persona 4 was a perfect example of that. Persona 3 to an extent as well. But Persona 4, and in particular, because I'm talking specifically about Persona 4 Golden, and as well as Persona 4 the animation, it really sticks in it. You have to play these games in English. Now, I know some people will say, "Oh no, we want to play in Japanese." Fair enough. You already have that in your mind as that's the way you're going to play it. That's cool. But I think this is a great option because it gives people the choice. If you want the vibrancy, the individuality of all these characters in your English language, that's your option. It's there. If you want to play it in your original Japanese, I'm not saying the Japanese voice actors are going to be bad or anything like that. I'm just saying it's your other option. That's there too. So that's pretty cool. And on top of that, it's less than a 2 month delay, which is also not that bad. The reason why I'm kind of a little bit broken up about it, more than I should be, is that it was originally supposed to be out. Well, I say originally, but before this delay, it was supposed to be out on February 14th. So we all know February 14th is Valentine's Day. So for big ass losers like myself, forever alone, it was a nice way to going to be spending Valentine's Day. And I know personally that out of every game that I know of that's coming out next year, Persona 5 is already looking to be my number one game of the year for next year. That could change, but as it stands right now, that's looking to be the case. Hell, if it had launched this September, was it originally this September? If it had launched this Christmas rush, like it was I say originally, but like 2 delays back, it was supposed to. It probably would have been my game of the year, and I know definitely it's gonna overtake Final Fantasy 15 for me as it is. Even though they're both released in separate years, just as a role playing game, it's going to easily overtake Final Fantasy 15 because I know it's going to. Because how could it not? But anyway, that's it's a little bit disheartening, a little bit disappointing. I have secured my Take Your Heart Premium Edition, which has me really happy because I'm so excited for it. And yeah, so a 2 month delay, so it's going to be out on the 4th of the 4th. The good thing still that it's still relatively early in the year. Like, it's still at the start of April. like January to May are always January to the start of May are always the worst months for games. Now I said a worst month for games. It's not like the bad games released then. It's just a lot of developers, they will either want to wait for summer, or they'll either want to wait for Christmas, or they would have just launched all their big games at the previous Christmas. So usually you're typically looking at January, February, March, April, usually pretty boring. Like, I'm thinking back to earlier this year, there's very few big name games out between January and April. Off the top of my head, this is just a quick one off the top of my head. The only ones I can really remember: Dark Souls, The Division. That's basically it. Depending on how big you wanna go with it. UFC 2. They're the only three games that come to mind at the start of the Uncharted 4. Actually, that was well, no, Uncharted 4 was delayed until May, so that doesn't count because I did originally say to the start of May. So now I know 2017 is going to be a little bit kind of similar. In January, I mean, what's out in January? I'm going to be getting Tales of Berseria. I hate the word Tales of Berseria. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm going to be getting that in January. Sonic Mania is out sometime at the start of next year. Halo Wars 2, Resident Evil 7. That's it. I'm drawing a blank for any more, and I'm pretty sure all of those games are out in either January or February. So, it's not going to be too cramped together. I know there's other games out there like Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't think that looks any good, but I mean, some people will. I'm just speaking from my own experience or from my own expectations. So, yeah, it could. I suppose it's kind of nice in a way that it will give me more time to play some of these games that are around the time. They won't be so crunched together, so I'm not going to be buying 2 games in a week, or I'm not going to be buying a game a week for 4 weeks, that kind of thing, and stuff gets pushed to the side, stuff gets pushed into the backlog. So once April 4th rolls around, I'm really looking forward to dedicating probably the entire month to Persona 5, unless something huge is announced between now and then. It's also going to come out in April, but I doubt it. So yeah, I can't wait. I know as soon as I played Persona 4 Golden, I was absolutely hooked. I had previously played Persona 3 Portable and absolutely loved it, but Persona 4 Golden was so good that it jumped instantly straight to my top 5 games of all time. So that's how good Persona 5 was to me. Persona 4 Golden, I should say, was to me. I just mentioned the 5, so it got stuck there. Anyway, this video, I've talked more than I had originally planned on talking about, so let me know in the comment section below. Are you disappointed by the actual delay? Are you okay with it only being shortly under a 2-month delay? Are you happy with adding dual audio? What's the deal? Are you okay with that? Is it coming out at a better time? Are you going to be hard pressed for time for games? Let me know all that anyway in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You can follow me on Twitter, details in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the rest of the videos in my channel.